Well, good morning from a little misty Falmouth, where in my bag I have my alternator, and I'm on my way to DW Car Repairs with a hope that they will be able to help me repair the alternator, or at least find a good replacement. Well, this handy map helps me. The garage that I just went to, DW, is right there. Really helpful fella, but unfortunately doesn't do what I need him to do. And he recommended Bob. He says call Bob. Well, I got given Bob's number last night. Bob's retired. I could not persuade Bob to come out of retirement, but he apparently rebuilds alternators. So there is an alternator available to me at Cornwall Motor Factors, and they do have one, and it can be here tomorrow, but it's a likey, not an exacty, and I really do not know whether or not it will work. So what I will be doing today is a little bit of shopping at Trago Mills, and then exploring all of this. Maybe get up the art gallery, could be nice, while I wait until the thing comes tomorrow. What? Back in Plymouth? There's an alternator place in Plymouth, so here I am. Hopefully this will sort it. The graveyard. The shelves full of alternators. And the very lovely people who wanted to support Parkinson's and donated a tenner. Thank you. We all know what it feels like when the dark times roll in, when things just don't quite go right. And it's not just a lack of light, it's a weight. It's a kind of heavy shadow that makes the next step impossible to see, leaving us feeling very isolated. But if we look closely at those moments, often the dark doesn't lift all at once, but it can lift. It's broken by a friend, someone who shows up with a text, a cup of coffee, or a willingness to come and meet a total stranger and take them to the train station. In the dark, our friends and connections become light. They remind us of what's real, what's good, and that we aren't walking this path alone. But the light was never meant to be hoarded. It's a gift. It's meant to be passed on. And because just as someone held a flame for you, there's someone else right now stumbling in their own darkness. And we are called to be a light for them. To be the anchor, if you will, the listener, and the one who says, I've got you. It's not just a nice sentiment. It's a sacred calling. I'm reminded that in the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus looks at ordinary, everyday people, and he said, you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. He didn't say you might be, or that we should try to be. He said, we are. The world can be a dark place, but it only takes a tiny flame to defy the dark. Let your friends be your light when you are weary, and be a light for them when they are weak. And be a light, maybe, for a stranger. Well, all installed, looking very shiny and new. I think I've plugged everything in the right place. I'm reluctant to push the button without checking everything one more time, so let's do that together, shall we? Around the front of the alternator we have 1, 2, 3. This is the one that holds it in place and it pivots around that. This one holds this arm here tight, and this is what you loosen and adjust to make the belt tight. The belt is about a quarter turn, so that's okay. These are tight. Are they tight, Richard? Tight, tight, tight. Good. Okay, so on the back of the device we have a very dangerous B+, which is being cut short by the people in the shop so that it doesn't stick out and cannot possibly touch the engine here because it would arc out and be nasty. As it is, there's plenty of space, so I'm quite pleased about that. This terminal here is my W terminal, which, can you see, focus? The W stands for wave, which is what sends us the tachograph it's reading. And here is the B+, B+, and D+. If I just pull that off, because I can at the moment. That is to the battery, that is also to the battery. Those two send out the power, and the reason that they put them as two is so that this doesn't have to be a big fat chunky cable. These join together as a big fat chunky cable. And this tiny thingy-majigga-doodah connector is the D+, and that is what sends its signal to the red light to say that it is all working. Now my only hesitation here is that it doesn't go in as far as it used to in the old one, and therefore I can't get this clip to hold it in tight. That should clip over the top of that and hold it in, and no matter how much I push, that is going no further. So something to keep my eye on, I think. No, it won't go. Those two red wires come up this black pipe and get connected here together into, can you see that there? Together to this big red wire, and this big red wire here disappears off to the charging unit. So I think that I'm ready to start the engine. The water is turned on, the oil is still there, the batteries are now fully charged because I've been in shore power to charge the batteries. The belt we just saw is a quarter of a turn, there's no leaks underneath it. I'll start the engine and see if it screams at me or not. That appeared to work, but there was a high-pitched squeal at idle. That makes me think that the belt is rubbing somewhere, so I'm going to investigate that. Yes, the belt is indeed rubbing. It is rubbing on this side, and that is because I haven't tightened up this enough, and you can see there's still a gap there, and that needs to be pulled back all the way. Right, well it's off again because it's not doing what it's supposed to. Take a look at this. When you put the long bolt in, this bush is supposed to move that direction until it's tight between there and there. But in fact, all I was doing, it would appear, when I got it tight, was bending these flanges. I got that absolutely hard up, but that hadn't moved down. So time for a bit of lube and we'll try and see what happens. Hooray! So there you have it, one more time. Everything is back together as it should be on the boat. All ready to make a passage plan for tomorrow's journey, hopefully, to Newlyn. Thanks for watching. You know the link, it's at the bottom of the screen. Amazing lady on the train decided to donate after having a conversation with her. We're doing something good and trying to be a light for those living with Parkinson's, for Parkinson's UK. It's not always easy, but it's worth doing. Thank you.